I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Welcome to TCM, where tonight the dude abides. The dude, of course, is Jeff Bridges. Coming up, a double feature of two of his best movies, one from 1998, the other from 1989. We begin with the movie that gave Bridges that nickname, The Dude. It's the quirkiest of comedies from a pair of filmmakers that you want to call quirky, but somehow that really sells them short. They are among the best filmmakers of their time. And yes, their movies are also a bit quirky. They're the Coen brothers, Joel and Ethan. From working title films in 1998, Jeff Bridges stars in, but is not, The Big Lebowski. Jeff Bridges started acting when he was a kid, sometimes with his dad, Lloyd Bridges, and his big brother, Bo. He came into his own in the early 1970s, starting with his first Oscar-nominated performance in The Last Picture Show for director Peter Bogdanovich. Since then, Bridges has picked up 6 additional Oscar nominations and 1 win for his stellar work leading the 2009 drama Crazy Heart. But The Big Lebowski stands apart from nearly everything Jeff Bridges has done. His depiction of the laziest man in Los Angeles County has lived beyond the big screen in a way that any actor would envy. Bridges elevated the dude, an unemployed bowling bum with the vibe of a beach bum, into an enlightened hippie philosopher with a worldview better suited for the 1960s than the 90s. The dude's interaction with the world around him never falters, even when his regular routine of smoking weed, drinking White Russians, and competitive league bowling is disrupted by a case of mistaken identity, kidnapping, blackmail, and micturition on his rug. And to make matters worse, that rug really tied the room together. Joining the dude on his adventure are his best buds, an occasionally unhinged Vietnam vet, played by John Goodman, and a meek ex-surfer, that's Steve Buscemi. Those characters were created especially for them, but the Coens had no one specific in mind to play the dude, based in part on a real guy they knew, Jeff Dowd, a 1960s radical turned producer and indie movie publicist. When Jeff Bridges came in, his ease and his natural chemistry with his co-stars convinced the Coens he was the only man for the job. Another co-star, playing the kind of guy the dude does not really abide, is Philip Seymour Hoffman. And I believe Hoffman's first scene with Bridges, where Hoffman takes him through a wall of photos, is among the funniest and most perfectly performed scenes I have ever seen in any movie. From 1998, narrated by Sam Elliott, also with Julianne Moore, David Huddleston, and John Turturro, The Big Lebowski. Jeff Bridges says he's often asked if he's surprised The Big Lebowski has become such a cult hit. He is not. What surprised him is that it wasn't successful right away. He thought it was perhaps the funniest script he'd ever read. On top of bombing at the box office, many critics didn't seem to appreciate it, but that was just like their opinion, man. One critic likened the dude to an older version of Spicoli, the teen surfer played by Sean Penn in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, another underappreciated character at the time. Both movies are classic L.A. stories. For Jeff Bridges, born and bred in Los Angeles, all his roles are part of a pretty trippy spiritual journey he's on. I think it's a film about grace, Bridges said. How amazing it is that we're all allowed to stay alive on this speck, hurled out into space, being as screwed up as we all are. Bridges is far from alone in his assessment. His character has inspired a religious movement, Dudism, as well as books, tributes, and an event known as Lebowski Fest, celebrated in cities all over the world with music, film screenings, and bowling parties. Many of the cast members have attended through the years, including Bridges, who performed with his band, the Abiders. Coming up, the second half of our Jeff Bridges double feature. He stars with his brother Bo Bridges and Michelle Pfeiffer in a really lovely romantic comedy from 1989. The Fabulous Baker Boys is next on TCM.
Next on TCM, the fabulous Baker Boys, then The Cheat, and later, The Life of Oharu. Live and learn with TCM tonight.